There are many myths about the moon across various mythologies, but have you ever heard the one about the rabbit that lives on the moon? Lunamon is a Digimon that resembles the rabbit and draws her power from the moonlit nights. The moon rabbit are markings on the moon that look like a rabbit pounding in a pestle. This myth has been very common in Asia over the centuries, but can also be found in stories of Native Americans and was even discussed during the Apollo 11 moon landing mission. In Chinese and Vietnamese folklore, the rabbit is a companion of the moon goddess and is shown pounding the ingredients for her elixir of life or medicine for mortals. In Japan and Korea, the markings are interpreted as a rabbit making cakes. Lunamon evolved from Moonmon, a transparent Digimon with a pure heart. Lunamon is a mammal Digimon with a rabbit-like appearance that was born from the fusion of lunar observation data. Lunamon can distinguish any sound from a distance, and although she is timid, she is easy to get along with and gets lonely easily. Lunamon has the data attribute and belongs to the Deep Savers field. The special attacks are Luna Claw, that looks cute at first glance, but scratches with the claws filled with the power of darkness, and Tear Shot, in which she concentrates her power on the forehead antenna and fires a beautiful water orb at the enemy. Also, she has the attack Lop Ear Ripple, which spins her ears and engulfs the enemy in the bubble whirlpool that she generates. Lunamon evolves into Laksimon, a beastman Digimon that has acquired astounding jumping power and uses swift movements to toy with the enemy. Like the phases of the moon, Laksimon has an elusive personality, but her appearance is somewhat mysterious. Laksimon has the data attribute and belongs to the Deep Savers field. The special attacks are Moon Knight Bomb, throwing water bubbles with a hypnotic effect generated from the moon gloves on both hands and putting the enemy to sleep, and Tear Arrow, drawing beautiful ice arrows from the protrusions on the back and shooting them at the enemy. Also the powerful Moon Knight Kick, in which Laksimon leaps high into the sky and unleashes a swooping kick. Laksimon evolves into Craftsman, a demon man Digimon with a flexible body that attacks enemies with agile movements. She specializes in elegant battles, and it is said that her power doubles when exposed to the light of the moon. Craftsman's name is based on the word crescent, which is the shape of the visible part of the moon when it is less than half full. This symbol is often used to represent the moon itself, but it is also found in some myths and legends. In Hinduism, Lord Shiva is depicted with a crescent moon on the head, symbolizing mastery of time. It is also the alchemical symbol for silver and the emblem of Diana, the moon goddess. In Christianity, the crescent moon is associated with the Virgin Mary. Craftsman has the data attribute and belongs to the Deep Savers field. The special attack is Lunatic Dance, dazzling the enemy with dancing steps, finding an opening and slashing the enemy with the weapon Novaluna held in both hands. She can also transform her two Novaluna weapons into a bow gun form and unleash two techniques: Ice Archery, which fires arrows of ice, and Dark Archery, which fires arrows of dark energy. Craftsman evolves into Dianamon, one of the 12 Olympus gods, a god-man Digimon that rules over water and ice and is capable of fighting even in absolute zero. 12 Olympus gods are a group of 12 powerful god-man Digimon who manage the digital world Iliad, which exists on a different server from the digital world ruled by Yggdrasil. It is run by a host computer known as Homeros, who recognizes their magnificent power. The Iliad is one of the oldest works of literature that is still read today. Its author is Homer, a famous ancient Greek poet, also known as the author of the Odyssey. Like the two sides of the moon, light and darkness, Dianamon has a personality with two sides, being beautiful yet hiding a terrifying power. She is based on Diana, a Roman and ancient Greek goddess, guardian of the countryside, hunters, and the moon. She is equal with another Greek goddess, Artemis, and her twin brother Apollo. Artemis served as inspiration for one of Dianamon's attacks. Apollo was used as an inspiration for an Olympus god Digimon called Apollomon, who is the ultimate form of the Digimon Coronamon. Dianamon has the data attribute and belongs to the Deep Savers and Nature Spirits fields. The special attacks are Crescent Harken, which uses the mysterious power of the moon and enchants the enemy with hallucinations that they are their own enemy and they slash themselves to pieces, and Arrow of Artemis, in which she pulls long and sharp ice arrows from the protrusions on the back and fires them at the enemy. Dianamon also has the attack Goodnight Moon, which emits moonlight from the Goodnight Sisters equipped on both legs and lulls the opponent to sleep. Dianamon has a fusion evolution with the Digimon Apollomon. Together they evolve into Grace Navamon. Grace Navamon is a phantom galactic Digimon that is said to have been born from the fusion of Apollomon and Dianamon of the Olympus 12 when an unprecedented crisis struck the digital world Iliad. By colliding the conflicting forces of the sun and the moon, he builds Big Bang-class energy within his body. From this, it is predicted that Grace Navamon himself has become an independent galaxy, and it is impossible to accurately measure the total amount of his data. The special attacks are collecting the energy amplified within his body into his palm and melting the enemy by touching them, called Eclipse Finger, and firing the 8 blades Meleagros mounted on the back to pursue the enemy until they are destroyed, called Calydon Arcus. Calydon was an ancient Greek city known for the Caledonian boar that had to be overcome by heroes of the Olympian age. Meleager in Greek mythology is the leader of the Caledonian boar hunt. Thank you for watching. If you liked this video, please consider supporting me on Patreon, the link is in the description below. Stay tuned for more Digimon videos. PS, make sure to follow my community page on YouTube, as I also post updates about upcoming videos there.